Welcome back, ARK players, to a brand new video. Now, I am back with another update for you guys, as I said I would do, with everything that's been going on today to do with the Amazon stuff, which has obviously affected ARK Survival Ascended. And also, there's kind of a bigger problem. And this is to do with the mods. So that's basically what I wanted to go through, sort of explain to you guys what's been going on, because in the last video we were mainly talking about the Amazon stuff, and in this video I can give you a bit more of an understanding on why you're not going to be able to get into your servers right now, but hopefully very, very soon this is going to be sorted out. So if you guys do enjoy today's video and get all the news you need to know, as always, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. It really supports me, and let's get in with the news. So the severity has now gone down to degraded. Earlier on, obviously, it was completely destroyed, and they have given us some updates, and this is the most recent update. We do have one from the ARK devs as well, to do with ARK, but as in from Amazon, they said just recently we have taken additional mitigation steps to aid recovery of the underlying internal subsystem responsible for monitoring the health of our network load balancers, and are now seeing connectivity and API recovery for the Amazon Web Services. We have also identified and applying the next steps to mitigate throttling of new EC2 instant launches, and will provide an update by 10 AM PDT. So that was just recently. So you should, if I'm correct, that's in 20, as I'm recording this video, in 23 minutes time there should be an update on what's going on. They've been given lots of updates over, like, you know, an hour to 45 minutes as soon as there's been some changes and everything going on, but hopefully this will all be getting sorted out. And it's not been a day in the gaming industry or in the world really that we've had, as I said, in years, where it's literally taken so many of the main sort of, well, like a lot of the internet down. Like, it's crazy. And apparently it was a DNS issue, so yeah. Right, so update from Dolly saying, hey folks, good news. We are in the process of redeploying the official network, and we are seeing servers come up and players joining right now. If you don't see your server, please give it some time to spool up, especially if you have a chunky server large save. We'll continue monitoring for stability and mods, and folks on modded officials, you may experience issues while joining while CurseForge continue to restore their servers. Likewise, for the folks having issues joining modded unofficials, rest assured they're working hard to minimize your downtime, and thank you for your patience and support throughout this. Appreciate you guys. So yeah, this is pretty much, you know, what's been going on. You know, like, it's now pretty much down to the mods for ARK Survival Ascended. So the Amazon side of things doesn't seem to be that much of a problem anymore for ARK Survival Ascended. It just seems to be CurseForge having these issues with the mods, which is stopping you guys getting into anything modded is what's the issue right now. So that's why if you play on my servers, if you play on anyone else's servers, if you play on modded officials, you won't be able to join right now. I've even tried to join myself. There seems to be like the odd few people being able to get in, and I think it's because your game just will... The main issue is when people are trying to update the mods, they will refuse to, and you'll be stuck kind of in an updating process. That's what I'm going through right now, and that's what I know a lot of other people going through. Some people, it randomly does it and they get lucky to get through, and it's pretty much going to be a case of just waiting to keep checking up on what CurseForge say, so we can get back into the game. Now, if you are on single player, the mods do seem to be fine on single player, but there are issues with premium mods as well. So a lot of people are being told that they need to rebuy premium mods. If you get told you need to rebuy premium mods, don't rebuy premium mods, because you've already paid for it, and then you'll have to wait for a refund or something like that from Studio Wildcard or CurseForge, whoever deals with that kind of stuff. So the best thing I recommend to you guys is any of your mods that you pay for and you really want to play with, I would just have to wait that out at the moment. If you want to join up on a new single player of a different character or whatever, and play without that mod, if you're craving your art fix, then you can do that. But as for mods that are premium, that they're asking you to pay for again, just wait it out. Once this is fixed, it should sort itself out. And that's the same for any mods, like, you know, any other mods. I mean, personally for me right now, I'm just waiting it out. Always what I say to people, I know you always crave to hop onto ARK, but I always try and recommend to people, just make sure that you wait things out. Like, from my experience, especially, you know, doing my cluster and then, you know, and just being a long-term ARK player, always waiting out is the best way. It always is the safest way of not having any issues with, you know, as I said, with mods, losing characters. There hasn't been any reports of losing characters, by the way. Don't panic, since Valguero launch. But, you know, things like that, I always just wait it out. And I know it's hard to. I understand it. You know, you want to dive straight back into the game. But unfortunately, when issues come to ARK, it might not be Wildcard's fault. It causes problems. So, I've been getting a lot of questions about Fear Ascended, and I completely understand that. It's the 20th of October, 2025, and we've not actually had anything or a post on Fear Ascended. But in the new Community Crunch 480, we did mention that they said next week we'll be unearthing Fear Ascended news that will be sure to send shivers down your spine. Now, it's the 20th, as I said, today, so the crunch is coming on Friday the 24th. So that is where we will get Fear Ascended news. Then most likely, Fear Ascended, because they now always do their update on a Tuesday, most likely Fear Ascended will drop on Tuesday the 28th of October 2025, and that will give you a couple of days just before Halloween, which Halloween's on a Friday this year, which is pretty awesome. I always like, you know, Halloween being on a weekend. I can't remember the last time it was on a weekend. Can you guys? It's probably a long time ago. It feels like it has been a long time ago, but yes, so Fear Ascended will most likely be dropping on the 28th. A lot of people have been asking me questions, things like, Dom, is there going to be new additions? Is there going to be another fantastic tame like the Dreadmare? And to be honest, guys, I really don't know. Obviously, last year we did get a fantastic tame for the Dreadmare, but with the Osidon launching on November 18th, I'm not too sure. And obviously we had the Elder Claw as a fantastic tame, but maybe Wildcard have been cooking up in the background, and we might get another really cool one. But there's always a possibility that the event can be like a copy and paste type event, and which I don't mind, right? Like I would prefer every year us get at least something new, and I do believe Wildcard will look to do that. But there's always that chance it could be just a copy and paste from last year, which again, I would rather a Halloween event than no Halloween event, even if it's copy and paste. But let's hope Wildcard have got something special cooking up for us, and I look forward to hearing more. So, ARK players, stick in there. I know it's going to be a little bit of a wait until everything gets completely back to normal, but it will be by later today. You know, it could be still a couple more hours, really depending on how long that, CurseForge take to fix the mods. But it will get there. It will be sorted, and you'll be able to hop into the game as soon as the mods have been sorted out. It's very frustrating when you get over one hurdle and then the next hurdle pops up and then that one takes longer, but it'll be there. It's just all about being patient. As boring as being patient is, I hate being patient too, and I know for anyone that are waiting for their characters as well, I think we've personally cleared pretty much every ticket regarding lost characters apart from maybe one or two, but we'll get to those as soon as this mod issue sorted. And for anyone else that's still waiting for their character on the official servers, obviously there will be a delay in that today as this whole issue's been going on, and it's going to slow every process down. But I'm sure Studio Wildcard will get to you as soon as possible if you have submitted your lost character form through the Survive the ARK website or through the Discord. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope this video gives you a bit of an update on what's going on. Hopefully later on, either tonight or really I'll just keep you guys up to date with everything that Wildcard and CurseForge say, so I can give you a heads up on when things are fixed. So catch you in my next video. Thank you for watching. See you guys later.